Enter and welcome to Ren'S Red Room on the Head Nerds in Charge Network.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ren's Red Room. I'm your host, Ren, and today I have a guest today, Ricky. You'd like to introduce yourself?
What's going on, Ren? First of all, thank you for having me. I was jamming to that intro music. That was a vibe. And I'm feeling special. Like, I should have wore some red. My bad. I didn't know. I knew it was the Red Room, but I didn't know it was Rent. My bad.
Right. Oh, you look great. Okay. I appreciate you just being here and showing up,
Yeah. It's a pleasure to be here, man. For those who don't know, my name is Ricky. Born and raised in Philly my whole life. We got graphics. We got graphics and Ren's Red Room. No, born and raised in Philly. Love my city. I work with youth, teenagers across the city. I do videography, photography. I do podcast producing on my own. I'm just a creative, trying to find my way, just like most of us millennials.
Yes, exactly. I definitely appreciate you coming in and sending some light my way. Your smile always brings me joy, so I had to bring you on.
Thank you for that. That's all I can do. Bring some joy, bring some positivity, some optimism, and some smiles. It's too hard out here. Some people are placed here to bring joy, and I feel like I'm one of them.
And I appreciate that. Unfortunately, our first topic is nothing to really be smiling or happy about. Mm-hmm. So our first topic for today is the situation that's going on in Philly that is not really getting major news coverage originally until a looting situation that happened in Center City, Philadelphia. So I'm going to read off of one of the news reports from NBC News of what transpired of a judge dismissing a police officer's actions. So let me read from the news. Judge dropped murder charges against Philadelphia police officer who shot driver during a traffic stop. Eddie Irizarry was fatally shot by officer after he was pulled over on August 14th. Body camera video was shown. If anybody that wants to look up the body camera footage, you can go to NBC News, you can go to Fox 25, 29 News. It's pretty much a local topic, this situation. The images are brutal. Okay, it's not a pretty picture. So I'm just letting you know, once you click on it, it's going to be graphic details of the incident that took place in August. So the judge on Tuesday dismissed all charges against the police officer. They said it's allegedly because of lack of evidence in the trial case. The family and everyone was out there outside of the courthouse yelling, screaming for justice. That is the woman up front that's wearing the picture of Eddie Azari. Um, that is one of his family members, and they was protesting down Center City for justice because, from what they're saying, we presented the courts with documentation, obviously with the body cameras. Um, how can you say there is no evidence? Now, I'm nowhere near a judge, a lawyer, police officer, or anything, so I don't know how the justice system can say dismiss all charges based off of lack of evidence. Um, it to me, it's very. What can you say? You know, no justice, no peace, type of feelings. We've been marching since we were able to know what marching is for our people of our brown and dark skinned, black, Hispanic, our people to get some sort of justice, to see that we're human at the end of the day. We are human. We have families, we have children, we have friends, we have people that love us. And to know a routine traffic stop can come to a murder is horrific.
It's wild.
Um
Yeah,
I it's just makes me sad. It feels like I lost a family member, knowing that I don't know this man, just knowing the injustice that we face on a regular basis. Like, I done an ancestry recently. So I seen my roots from where I was a slave, and to know my full black background of my family, the last name of my family was, a slave, and all that. And to see how far we have come from the 1800s all the way up to the 2000s, and we still go through things like we're not human, like we can't have a sit down conversation, have an intellectual conversation in order to figure out how can we solve this problem, you know, of what is the misconstruedness of Black and brown people that other people are afraid of, for if anyone looks up the images, can see how this man approached this other man in a car. It's horrific to me. Is there anything you want to say, Ricky?
yeah, it's wild, and I feel guilty for saying this, um, but it's also like a numbing feeling. It's
Mm,
like as much pain as I want to feel, or feel guilty for not feeling, the numbness takes over. It's like here we go again.
yeah.
Like, do I feel like being sad again? Do I feel like being angry again? Like my
Mm,
body's now conditioned to like just kind of numb it out until you see videos like that, right? And I'm like, so when the court presented the video, when the family agreed to release the video, and I saw it for the first time, I'm like, how in the world?
mm.
How in the world is it? This is all the evidence I need. This is all the
Right.
evidence a normal person might need. We heard false stories about what happened
Mm,
from whoever, and then people talk about their own narratives or whatever. But seeing
right.
that video is eye opening. You don't nothing. There's no situation where that should happen, right?
Right.
And again, if you get a chance, watch it. It's definitely graphic. So be prepared. But if you really want to take a look, I it's there. It's public. It's public now. and it takes it to a different level. That made me angry. When you hear about it, you just be like, oh, not again. But seeing it really takes it to another level, and just the fact that he still got acquitted. It's wild. It's wild and it's sad, and it just proves that we have a long way to go. I know that there are a lot of loopholes in law.
Of course.
I know there's people who get paid a lot of money to get people out of certain situations. I pray I get that money one day. Hopefully, I'll never have to use it. But I don't know what that check got to be for someone for a video like that to come out.
Yeah, his money must have been long in order for them to say there's no evidence when there was body camera footage of the situation. So, but as you said, like you said, numb, and that's the thing. People feel like, oh, this is just another day in Philly. This is just what can we do, and this, that, and third. And it's like we shouldn't feel defeated, though. Even though these things happen more common, does that mean we gotta stop having feelings for it? I never want to not. Feelings make me know I'm human. I never want to be able to look at the TV and just be like, oh well. I never want to feel that, because that could be me one day. Absolutely. And I would never want people to take it as just another Black person got shot. I never want somebody else to paint a narrative of my life when you don't know me beyond a TV screen.
That's good.
So that's why I always have empathy and sympathy for people in these situations, because people always say that will never be me. I will never be in jail. I will never go through this. I'll never go through that. You'll never know.
You never know.
God can take away. Right. God can take away your whole existence in an instant. If you show that I will never, like not being grateful, not being sympathetic, not being understanding in a certain aspect of it. That's how I feel. But a lot of people obviously feel numb to it, because even later on that evening, looting happened down Center City, Philadelphia. People were stealing iPhones. They was going to the wines and spirits. They was going to the shopping malls.
52nd Street was popping.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy. And I know when George Floyd got killed, it was across the country, right? It wasn't just Philly. And I feel like it's like people, they don't know what to do. Now, mind you, there are people who just in it for a come up. They see opportunity, they see opportunity, they take advantage of it. We hurt our own community sometimes. There's definitely people like that, but there's also people just so frustrated. Like, and I'm nowhere am I condoning looting at all, but I know when I've been at points, breaking points emotionally, I've done dumb stuff. It was never looting, but like I'm sure I got a hole in the wall, one of the cribs. Like, there's certain things I wish I could take back, but that's when you feel defeated, when you feel like nothing you do helps, when you're in an emotional place of like just so much discouragement and like no hope that you do certain things. And again, some people definitely take advantage of it. Some people was waiting for it. Some people don't even care what happens to them. Like, keep it
you see how they waited until the nighttime?
Yeah, this is strategic. You can't have strategic rage.
It's ridiculous. And then some people were recording it, laughing about it. That's what it irritated me the most. Meatball, she is an influencer, kind of, sort of, or like a social media personality or whatever. She got arrested because she was live streaming the whole situation and laughing and joking and like, yeah, this is what you get. Da, 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 da. And she cried in the mugshot because she thought like I didn't do nothing. I was just there, type of thing.
Not the
So
close ball.
yes.
But yeah, I guess that's people who taking advantage of a moment. Like you're not
Yes.
even really mad about no verdict. And what
Yeah.
really hurt me is it's a lot of teenagers.
Of
Like
course.
there's a lot of
Of
people
course.
who don't even, they don't even have like the response. Some people have responsibilities. I'm not saying that, but
It was a Tuesday night. Why wasn't they home? Like,
right,
like, so this is where the saying is, where were your parents?
right,
Like, where was your family? Where was anybody? Like, because
right.
it's crazy. It just doesn't. And of course, parents can never watch their kids 24/7. At a certain age, teenagers have to be free of their own, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's supposed to be curfews in place in Philadelphia. It's supposed to be all this stuff that they claim that they doing that no one's really doing. And it's just like crime has gone up in Philly like crazy.
Philly and
People
Philly's my city, but we have a love-hate relationship. Like
yeah.
I try to put back into the community. I remember the mentors I had that made me the man I am. I try to give back, and I'm really invested. But at the same time, someone broke into my car a month ago. So like, you know what? I'm like,
Too.
it's just
Too.
it's like, you take one step forward, two steps back type thing. And it's hard sometimes, especially with the young people. Like,
yeah.
It's just like we need what is the answer, to some of these
Guidance.
right.
Leaders. We used to have actual leaders back in the day.
Right.
Now our leaders is Sukiyana and Britney Spears dancing with knives on TV. Those are our leaders of today's age. Like back in the day, we had real civil rights people going to communities, talking to people, sharing their wisdom. Because our elders have the most wisdom because they've been through the whole thing. I probably have an elder that's been through segregation, So we need more people to first of all speak up and stand up and say, "This is bull. What are y'all doing? We need to stop." I don't want to walk down the street with a target on my back from cops and my people. Right. Everywhere I go, everybody, I gotta be scared of everybody because everybody my enemy. Yeah. I gotta walk around with like a strong demeanor so nobody will mess with me all the time.
And then they wonder why you're so tough when it comes into the dating world.
Exactly. Y'all want us to be soft, but y'all not giving us no room and space at all to let our guard down.
Yeah.
So make it make sense. It's not that Black women can't be feminine. That's ridiculous. I hate those debates. Right. Because it's like, how can you tell me what I can be? Like, have you met me? And it's always this debate online. And it keeps going in circles and circles and circles because no one's finding a solution. They just want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to be defensive about it instead of just being like, yeah, I can see where I messed up in those areas.
I'm gonna talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, sir.
Yeah, people get defensive. People talk about they project their pain or their experiences on you. They project their fears on you. When in actuality, everyone has a different experience. We're all different people. It's so funny because it's like I deal like when people like, they stereotype Black people like all Black people like this. I'm like, we're not monoliths. Like none of us, no one is the same person.
Of course.
Just because it was your experience doesn't mean it's my experience. Even when it comes to success, it's like, no, you can't start your own business because I tried and I ain't work. They trying to get you. I'm like, hold up, man. Don't put me down because yours ain't work.
Right.
Things like that. Like we don't have to do that to each other. Like let's build each other up.
We don't. It's the saying of the crab in the basket. I'm tired of hearing people saying that because it's like, listen, this is how conversations I'll be having with people all the time. People I just meet on like the streets and stuff like that. It's like so many people are just scared. It's like they want to use, oh, well, this person did this to me. So I feel like you want to do the same because this person had a child by a man. So now I think because you have a child by a man, you're going to do the exact same thing she do. Like, hold up, pause, wait a minute, sir. I am not this girl that you're talking about. It's like, yes, I'm trying to show off my nails. I got my nails done, so
Look,
that's
she was all way. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me count to 10.
wait
Man.
a minute.
Pause per se.
But yes, it's like you blaming me for what Ashley, Tiffany, and Brittany did to you, and I don't know none of these people you're talking about. So why am I taking the load of other people who came into your life? Why are you putting that baggage on me?
Right.
You want me to drop my baggage on you about people that you don't even know, people I haven't talked to in years, people I haven't even dealt with in years. That's not fair. Why can't y'all just come to a person clean slate and just think like, okay, give people a try? And this is what I tell people, because people want to assume, oh, you want somebody 6 feet tall, making six figures and doing all this, doing all that. It's like, what?
Right.
What? Why do you think that's what I want? That's the question. Oh, because all y'all women. What women? You really met a woman in person that said this to you, or you just basing off the fresh and fits and these other things that you see, the passport bros or whatever? Are
So,
you
so you
really
would date somebody shorter than you? That's what you're saying?
I would not short that I'd have to pick them up, like, because I have a kid. So if you the same height as my child, I'm gonna feel some type of way. But you don't gotta be 6 feet tall or
Right,
7 feet tall. You could be my height if you want. But what's the height? I get the height. Yeah, it's attractive, I
right,
suppose.
right.
But I dated somebody nowhere near 6 feet, probably my height or 2 inches shorter, and we
Right,
was fine.
right,
I don't, and then six figures. I never dated a man 6 figures. That I had men approach me making 6 figures, and I said no, thank you,
right.
because things come with those 6 figures, ladies. Know that. All
Come on
right.
now. Come on now.
Yes, things come with those 6 figures. He's
Mhm.
expecting you to sit at home, be pretty, and do what he say for that money. Okay, just know that, because I'm talked to men, dated men with making that money, and they was obnoxious. That I said, you know what? I'd rather struggle. I'll
No,
figure
just
it
just just like gotta do this. Just like no one's the same. Not every man making six figures is obnoxious.
out. Of
All right.
course,
I just had to
but
throw that out there. You know what I'm saying?
of course, but
Right,
unfortunately, the people I met were
right,
not.
right.
Of course, not all people going to be in the same situation, and that's another thing y'all need to take in consideration. People want to be like, oh, facts don't care about feelings and stuff like that. It's like, okay, where's these statistics coming from? Who on the computer is really typing the statistics down and saying all Black women are miserable? They don't know how to listen. They don't know how to do this. They don't know how to do that. They don't know how to be subservient. They don't know how to take care of a man. They don't know how to be in a relationship. So who is typing this down on the computer? Because I would like to speak to this person
Right, right.
personally to figure
I think
out
you're gonna do
why.
more. I think you want to do more than speak to that person.
Of course, but
Too
I'm not
loud,
gonna
you want
say
to head.
that.
Right, right. Yeah, and it's crazy
But
because and you're not even saying that you won't date someone who makes six figures. You're not saying that at all. You're just saying that is not on the that's not what I'm looking for. You're looking for
no,
core qualities, right? Honesty,
right.
integrity, vulnerability, kind-hearted. And if that comes with a six-figure guy, then that's great. If he happens to be 6'2", awesome, right? But
Yes.
when we date, we kind of look at the things that don't the superficial stuff instead of the core values, right? And if the core
Mm.
values align, boom, and then it's like, oh, and they got this, or they have this, or we can build this together. But some people cut people off before they even look at the heart or the core of the
Of
person.
course,
Right.
because it's all about image.
I agree.
It's all about keeping up with the Joneses.
Mhm.
And that's what it's about. Because people telling me, "Oh, you'll never get a man because you plus size." I dated models being plus size.
Mhm.
So who are you trying to tell me I'm not desirable when I'm obviously desirable? I dated people making money making good money. I dated models. I dated handsome people. I dated good quality men. Being a
Good.
plus size woman. Yes, being a plus size woman.
Right.
So how can you tell me I'm not desirable when obviously I'm desirable to somebody?
Right.
Like, so
I hope it wasn't
the
a friend who said this.
the what?
I hope it wasn't a friend who told you this.
No, of course not. It's
'Cause we
always
got
people.
reevaluate your circle, girl.
Yeah, yeah, I know, right? Like,
Right.
no, I cut off anybody that is bringing me down. If you
Okay.
my real friend, we can have conversations, we can
Right.
have debates. But if you trying to tell me
Right.
this is why you can't do this and this is why you can't do that, I'll be telling you, like, excuse me, you have to see what I can and cannot do. Actions speak louder than words than anything. So don't count me out before I even started. You
Right.
know.
Right. Facts.
So what you think about that with the whole black woman scenario and submitting and all that stuff?
Whoa, submitting. You threw the super word to the S word in there. Yeah. So, whew, I think it's. I feel like it's real heavy. I think so. As a believer, right? I believe that the woman's supposed to submit to the man if the man submits to God.
Mm.
and that's the condition. Like, it's not like, oh, just submit to any man you with. No, like, God will never set you up like that. It's
Right.
like, submit to a man who is submitting to God, because everything comes from him, right? So like, that's where the leadership comes from. And he can direct the family and things like that. And I feel like when that part is missing, it's like, why would you even? Because even me I think I got, I'm headed in the right trajectory in life. I'm being fulfilled. I'm learning. I'm growing, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, but I ain't got it all together, right?
Mm.
And if I meet somebody and she was just submitting to me or doing what I say, and I'm still trying to figure life out, that's kind of like setting her up for failure. But knowing that I'm already submitting to the Creator, right? And then
Nice.
he gets to order my steps. He gets to guide me. I commune. I pray with him, and we pray as a family. And then all our actions come from him. Then you really can't lose that way. So I feel like when it comes to submitting, it starts with God.
Family that prays together, stay together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Bible is what my aunt tells me all the time. It's like a life book.
Right.
Anything you going through in your life, anything, you can find a verse in the Bible like, wait a minute, Abraham been through this, Joseph been through this, Mary been through this. Oh, how did they get out the situation? Oh, that's how they,
Right.
So it's my aunt used to text me scriptures all the time, just say start in the middle of the Bible and just read. And go from there and see what's where the Bible or the book takes you.
Right.
So of course not everybody's religious.
Right.
But in the terms of it, submission, you want a traditional woman to submit, love, cherish, obey, all that stuff. Where's the provide and where's the protection? Because it has to be a both way type of situation. It
Absolutely.
can't just be you just do what I say and I'm not doing nothing for you in return.
Yeah.
Where does that work in this world that you just get something for nothing?
Yeah, and that's not how it works. And if we're not even talking biblically expressed, we're talking practically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Practically, that's not a recipe for success, right? It's like, especially now, where even it's hard to even teamwork is big. Like, I believe being single is hard. Just the economy that we're in, it's hard to even buy a crib by yourself. It's hard to live on your own. Like, you can have a good job, a great job, and you might still have a roommate.
Right. Exactly.
So like just the way we're living, like, no, we coming together. It's a team. So that whole you do what I say thing is like, no boo boo. You know what I'm saying? We both both in this tax bracket. We both try and get here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so even practically, it's like, all right, I do believe spiritually it's supposed to be a team, like a helper, right? Not a servant.
Right.
So it's like, we're helping each other. And I don't, I know there's a lot of conversation about gender roles and things like that, but like I'm not good with uh, paying bills on time. That's me, right? I let them Jones pile up. I need to get called. Oh, you need to pay this Jones. Oh, yeah, it's there. Like, so, but some houses, no, the man needs to handle all the money that comes in and out. I'm like, for me, in my house, that might not be the thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You might need to have a little access to my account so we don't get no late fees.
Yes.
The way I'm trying to set up, I just don't think like you gotta, dude, we taking it. Hold my phone here. Like, I'm last minute Larry out this joint. So
right.
Find out, and it starts with like learning yourself, being self-aware. Like, yeah, I'm not good at organization, right? Even with money sometimes. Or but she nice. She actually an accountant. Why would I try to handle all our finances if I'm married to an accountant?
Right.
Like, so I feel like when you lead with wisdom, you get it from guys like, I gave you a helper who's an accountant. Life hard, my brother.
Right.
Or, just little things. So like understanding who you are, matching some, like my dad gave me the best advice one time. He said, when you're looking for a spouse, no, he uses analogies. He's like, there was a farmer and he had a whole bunch of sheep. And then he married another farmer, beautiful, and she had a whole bunch of sheep. And they got together, they got married, and they looked around and said, oh yeah, we just got some sheep. He's like, when you're looking for a spouse, try to find someone who compliments you. If you got sheep, try to find a wife that has cows or horses or chicken. So when y'all get together, you got more than what you started with, right? Find someone that compliments you. Sometimes we want people, oh no, we both turn up, or we both outgoing, and we like going to parties, or we're both readers, we both like anime and Marvel, or whatever the commonality is. Like, I need somebody who's just like me, but in actuality, then y'all might just have the same problems. Like, you want to find somebody who you not completely opposite with values and belief, but it's more about someone who compliments you, not someone who mirrors you. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you can build off each other, and that's how team works. Like, Shaq couldn't play with another Shaq. Jordan definitely couldn't play with another Jordan.
Nice.
You needed a Pippen. So like, get someone who compliments
you. That makes complete sense. I told a person another time on my show. He said he kept dating the same women and they always ended the same. So I said, can you repeat yourself? I always date the same woman and they always end the same. Okay, do you need to repeat yourself again? Because you keep going after the same thing and the same thing always happening, correct? So maybe try something different. Something, like you said, compliments you, completes you, because the purpose of dating and finding a partner is a partnership, correct? Someone to complete you, correct? So why you keep finding things temporary? Because it just seems like people just want to date just to date and don't really think thoroughly through exactly what you're doing here. And it's fine when you're younger. I keep telling people, when you're young, you just experiencing life. Like, as a person with a child, I know my daughter is going to grow up. I can guide her as much as possible, send her to church, do all the right things as much as possible. But when she goes on her own, she on her own.
Right.
She's gonna definitely call me like, Mom, can I borrow $25? Can I raid your refrigerator? I already know what's about to happen. I'm like, okay, girl, you can only do so much. A kid's still gonna go out, bust their knees open, scrape their knees, and they have to heal from that wound from the knees. Okay. Everything is a process, a learning process, a journey. That's why it's like, I don't judge people for what they did in the past. I'm judging what you're doing now. Have you learned anything from your mistakes, from your trials, from your tribulations? Because unless you was born and raised with a silver spoon in your mouth, with everything you possibly can in the palm of your hands, you have to go out there and work, right? You gotta go out there, meet people, right? Connect with people, network with people.
Right.
It just happens. And
Mhm.
things happen along the way that are learning experiences and journeys. And that's just what it is. But yeah, you're supposed to find a partner that complements you. You're missing piece. That's the saying of it.
Yeah, a lot of the problem with that is a lot of guys, niggas in particular, us, we ain't looking for long. We ain't looking for marriage no more. Like we're not checking
Mm,
for it. Um,
yeah.
and what comes with that is, aimlessly dating, leading people on.
Mm,
Like, it's just like, and women, we have two different clocks, right? It's like we all know about the biological clock.
right.
Like men, we're not even on that type time. My man Robert De Niro, he just popped out a baby at 75.
Right.
And so I'm like, more power to you, player. That's goals. That's goals right there. That's goals right there. Stay strong.
I mean, he like, at least I can hopefully see you until you was 10. Okay. Like, hopefully.
Right. So it's like what comes with that. It's just like different. So I'm gonna speak as so. A lot of people ask me like, why is it hard for women to find guys? One, because the numbers. It just is what it is.
Mm.
Like the numbers game. But two, I feel like guys feel like we have so many options now. Like there's
And
no
women
urge.
do too.
Yeah. So, right. So it's like,
Mm.
oh, I can do whatever. Like I saw Brittany Griner on the show, and she was
Mm.
like, yeah, like I can do. You know what I'm saying? Don't be mad at me because I got good taste. Like
Mm.
it's like everything is optional. Tinder killed the game because everyone feels like if this don't work, I can just swipe to the next person.
Right.
And it's like whoa, like it ain't the grass
Just
ain't
not
green.
social media in general
Yeah.
killed the dating society because anybody can go online and find a podcast, a news report, a meme that goes with their ideologic beliefs, even though it could be wrong.
Yeah.
But they can always find someone to agree with them. And so, because they feel like, oh, well, I can do, because this person agrees with me, I must be right, blah, 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 blah. Y'all both can be two idiots,
Right.
like, to be honest. And y'all just feeding off each other's egos, it can be. Just like a friend told me, it was this really big, heavyset woman who said, I can get any man I want. And people was laughing at her. And it's like, well, maybe she can. She's not just thinking this out of nowhere. Somebody hyped her head up.
Right.
So and then the debate is always, because you can find a man to sleep with you, doesn't mean you can't find a man to be with you. Listen, Lizzo had a boyfriend. There's plenty of plus size women in our own neighborhood with husbands. So my pastor has a plus size wife. So how can y'all say that a big woman is not desirable?
Who y'all?
Whoever.
I'm Kurt.
Whoever these people feel like you have to. It is a biological clock, and of course, it's certain men like with certain tax brackets want a certain looking figure because it's all based off of image. Okay.
Image. And then it's just like real quick, sorry to cut you off. And it's like, and then when a guy elevates, he feels like, oh, well, now I got to get someone who's on this level, or like, well, you better catch up. Who can I take advantage of at this level now? I took advantage of the people in Philly, you know what I'm saying? The girls in Philly, the people in North Philly. All right, but now I moved up. Now I can hit some girls in the suburbs, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm up. Well, I can get them out these clubs in Miami now. Or now I'm up. I can get them at the different, like, it's like, whoa. It's something not right up here. Because, like, what you're doing is trying to take down people because every time you feel like you level up, you feel like you got to, conquer another level of woman. It's wild. But because you go on social media and you start comparing, and then you're like, oh, he can in this, and mine don't look like this, or his house is bigger than mine, or his girl got a bigger butt than mine, or oh, she cook and clean, you only clean, or what? Like, it's just like, whoa. I remember like my one of my old heads was like, yeah, y'all got it rough because y'all compare everything to everybody in the world. When we grew up, it was just our community. Like, oh,
Right.
she was the bad girl in the community, but everybody else, you had relationships with. And then in the community, y'all came together and y'all helped the community. Now it's like, oh, I'm in love with this girl in Thailand or a black girl from Canada. And you just see all types of people. And, it's like, oh, they might be dope people or whatever. But like now you feel like the world is your oyster instead of really focusing on yourself and figure out how, like, who's actually right for you. Because you don't really know these people.
Right. And like you said, like we used to just have people on the block, right? Now, knowing you grew up in the hood, correct? You found the baddest girl on that block. You really think she gonna find a 6-figure man on that block?
Look, if I was on the block.
But no, I'm saying like back in the day, black people wasn't even making close to 6 figures. But they still had families. Right. And they still had love in their house. They still had families. They wasn't worried about, no woman was worried about, oh, do you make 6 figures? Are you 6 feet tall? Are you this? Are you that? Like, do you got a 6-pack? All these six sixes. No one cares.
That's a lot of sixes, first of all. We're gonna count that now. You know what I'm saying? That's a sign right there.
Yeah, exactly. No one cared. No one cared because we had no one to really compete with. Back in the day, there was no competition.
The competition was, can you take me to get some ice cream? Can you give me some ice cream? Can we share this food? Can we go half on a pizza?
Right. And people were just happy with that. People were just happy going to the store and getting a pop, like getting some soda. Like people used to just be happy with the smallest things. Now everybody just feel like, oh, I gotta have the biggest car, the biggest TV, the nicest clothes, the this, that, and all this stuff. It's like, why though? Why? Why do I have to compete with everybody? It's millions of people online. Why do I got to compete with everybody else online when y'all not worrying about what I got to do with my bills and my family? Why do I have to care about yours?
With that mindset, you will never be content. Because there's always someone who's going to have something that you don't.
Of course.
They're going to wake up one day like, what the heck? I have, it's like, oh, I was watching a podcast, and they were breaking down like, money doesn't make happiness. You can be a millionaire and you can still be depressed. And they were talking about the Olympics. And have you ever looked at the Olympics? They said statistically, the first place winner is the most depressed. Because they put all their effort into something. They set this goal for their life, and then they achieve it, and then they're like,
now what?
Now what? Now what? I'm 26. I came in first place in the Olympics. Now what? And the person who has the biggest regret is the second place person, because they beat me by 0.2 milliseconds, and they live with regret comparing themselves to the first person. The happiest person?
The third.
Wow, third place. Because that nigga, like, I'm just happy I'm here.
Exactly.
Like, I'm just happy to be here. You should watch. He really like the first place person they really celebrating, but this bronze person, he like taking pictures like, yo, I'm up here with them. Because I knew he was gonna beat me. I ain't worried, you know what I'm saying? I'm just happy I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Like, it's the compare, it kills. Like, you'll never be content unless you're fulfilled within.
Exactly. Like, we always had this saying, the grass is always greener on the other side. It's always going to be a neighbor like, why is grass greener than mine? Why his wife thinner than mine? Why is this that? Like, why? You got to worry about everybody else. Why can't you just worry about you? Are you happy is the question. Are you happy? Now, if you're not happy, then you need to evaluate your situation and get rid of whatever is making you unhappy. You're an adult. At some point, if you can't control your life at some point of your life and age, then you need to get evaluation. Like, you got to sit down, maybe sit and think and like, what am I doing wrong? Why is the room spinning? when I have all these things and I'm still not happy, where am I missing?
Right.
And you just gotta go from there.
Right. And it's like, so I got a question for you. Since we
Mhm.
since we in the thick of it, no pun intended. Um, do you think dating for black women is different than dating for black men, and why?
Dating for black women different from dating for black men.
Yeah, do we feel like we have it different, or are we going through the same challenges?
What we have similarity of challenges, but yes, it's a big difference. Unfortunately, men do rule the world. I'm sorry, Beyonce. Women do rule the world. Okay, we probably won't see a female president anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
So men have, like y'all say, options and choices. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
do have the choice of wife. Y'all do have the choice of girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all do have more options out there than a black woman. So there's no, it's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
We probably go to similarities, but no. You do anybody worry about your weight when you be like dating somebody? Do any woman come up to you like you too chunky?
Listen, it's crazy. No woman has ever said that to me, but I'll be in my own head. Like, I got a dad bod, but I ain't got no kids. I got like a humble uncle. I'm like, I don't know how, but at the same time, it's never been like, oh, I'm not dating him because he got belly. Like, so it's
Right.
different, yeah.
I get those conversations all the time, but it's like y'all saying that I never dated a person, like I never was in a relationship. Y'all really think that? And so I get those conversations all the time. Like, you would look prettier if you lose weight. I'm like, if I lose weight, I'm gonna lose the weight.
Right.
But I've been beautiful all my life. Like, as that I feel not to be a cocky.
Right.
I've been attractive because
You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Girl, you look good.
so thank you. But it never hindered me of dating because no one ever came up to me that wanted to date me. It's like, you fat, lose this weight. No, I dated people who wanted to date me. Period. That I felt a connection with.
That part.
Period. They obviously approached me because they wanted me. Period. Like, they wanted me in some way and capacity.
Right.
So to say that no, we don't have the same conversations and debates. Black women always get the worst end of the stick of all conversations, unfortunately. So yeah, no, we're not the same.
Yeah, it's a little different. And society, and one, there's more women than men in general. But I feel like, and I could be wrong, society looks down. Looks down is hard. Society double takes if a black woman dates outside of her race more than if a black man dates outside of race.
Right.
And it's more acceptable for that. So that also makes it difficult. Because it's like, dang, now the black men that I want, or the black men that, where society, whatever, it's like they get to do whatever they want, but I still got to wait for you.
And then the thing of the flip side is black men, not saying you, but black men sells black women we undesirable all the time, regular basis, on every podcast, every show, every media, keeps telling us black women ain't good for nothing.
Not on this show. Not on the Red Room.
Exactly. Like, no. Like, I tell people, everybody's allowed on my show to have a conversation. Always. Right. But y'all want to be mad for a black woman going outside her race. Do y'all love us to stay here? I don't care what race you are. I don't care. I date all different types of people. Okay. I don't care. All I care about, are you a good person? Can we connect? Are you cool? That's it. That's those the qualities that I look for at first, and we go gradually from there. But I don't care about your color, your skin. Why did anybody learn anything from Martin Luther King? Did anybody learn anything? Like,
did not learn from the dream that he had. Come on. But
Did we
yeah,
forget our ancestors? Did we forget where we came from? Like, I'm trying to figure this out.
right.
Like, we should be more unionized than apart. It's always an argument online about black women this, black men that. It's like, why are we arguing? Oh, why can't we just take accountability? Like, I mess up here, you mess up there. Can we figure this out?
We figure this out. Because when you win, I win. When I win, you win. And can we just, you know what I'm saying? I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one. I'm not sure if our time, we still good? I'm not sure.
We probably have maybe, I don't know, 5 minutes.
Gotcha. Dang, that flew. This was fun, though. I'm in the red room, y'all. I'm in the red room. Ren,
And I appreciate you being here. Yes.
So, question: Does your I know you were talking about, he doesn't have to be 6 foot. He doesn't have to have 6 figures. Does he have to be able to sing karaoke? That's what I'm doing. Does he have to? I just think that
we both can't be up there singing bad. So maybe, like you said, where's the other half?
Where's the other half? You gotta find someone to compliment you. Right.
Because I'll be thinking I'm Whitney and I'm nowhere near.
Right. So you need someone who compliments you, yo.
A little
you
bit,
might
just
not be
a
best singer, smoke and sing. You might have a bad leg. He might have a bad arm. You can hold the stuff. He can carry. It's just
right.
He can see good. He can't hear that good. Y'all come together. What they say, what he sing, and then y'all good. Yeah.
Yo, if he can sing like Usher,
Usher.
Yeah, listen, I will submit to you right now.
See? Look, let me get that superstar run. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Usher, you be Super Bowl ready. I gotta get me a ticket to the Super Bowl now.
If you get a ticket, let me know. Let me know if you get a ticket, because I missed some in Vegas. I'm there for the Super Bowl.
Listen, I might not I can't afford them tickets. I might sneak through the back door, but I'll hold it open for you. I'm like, you better hurry up. You got 3 seconds. Get up in this, John. Let's go. Put on security jacket. Yes, parking is
listen. Let me know if you could make any connections. Anything.
I got you.
All right. Well, thank everyone for tuning in for tonight episode of Ren'S Red Room. Thank you for my wonderful guests here, Ricky. I appreciate you. Is there anything else you want to say?
The graphic. We got the graphic back, y'all. No, this is really fun. Thank you, Ren, for having me. Thank you to the producer, Curtis. He's on the money with everything. Y'all got something good going on. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Maybe I'll get invited back. I don't know.
You always welcome to my room, okay?
Come on now. Yeah. This is a family show.
Okay, but follow me on Instagram with Silly_Weaver. You can also follow me on Facebook, which is Ren Grave on Facebook, and contact me if you have any questions. If you want to join too, hit me up on the gram. Please like, subscribe, follow, all that stuff, share, all that good stuff. And I thank you and see you next time.